crafters, this is Jonna with Purple Girl Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card. This is a step card that I recently saw on the internet. So we are going to start with an 11 by 5 inch piece of paper, and on the 11 inch side we're going to mark at 1 inch and 3 inches. And now we are going to take and we are going to make a small pencil mark at 8 inches on both sides. Okay, so now we are going to turn this on the 5 inch side, and we are going to want to make a slight mark on both the top and the bottom, and we're going to go 1 inch in. So we're going to mark this at 1 inch from the top on both sides, pull it to the bottom, and again we were going to mark it 1 inch in on both sides. Now you're going to want to take your ruler and line it up on the 1 inch marks you just made. And then at the 8 inch mark we made earlier, we're going to take and we're going to draw a line from the 8 inch mark down to the 3 inch score line. And we're going to do that on both sides. So now we're going to turn the paper back to the 11 inch side, and we are going to score this at 4.5 inches. But we're only going to go down to that first mark that you made, so the 1 inch in. Now, I generally will flip my paper over, make a small indent just to make sure my line is even, and now flip it back over, and then I'll go ahead and score it from the 4.5 inch line to the 1 inch again. We're also going to do this on the 7. So at 7 inches, you're going to score it to the 1 inch line. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to indent it just a little bit, flip it back over to make sure my line is straight, and then score it. Now you're also going to need to score, so you're going to want to score at the 8 inch line just between those 1 inch marks. So you're only scoring the middle of the paper. And so you should have all your scored lines done. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to make some cuts. Now I know this is hard to see. So from the 7 inch mark to the 8 inch mark, and on both sides, and the 8 inch in between, this is where you're going to cut again at the 4.5 to the 3, and then on both sides. So you're basically going to cut a C shape out on both sides. We're going to leave the middle secure. So I'm going to go, I've cut my shapes. Now I'm going to erase my lines just so they don't show through when I'm putting on my layers, my mats and my layers. Okay, so this is what you should have. So you've got just like your C shape is cut out and the middle is still intact. So now we're going to fold this. So the first fold is going to be a valley fold, and you want to make sure your edges are lined up and then crease your folds. The next fold is a mountain fold. I'm going to actually turn this over, make sure my lines again are even with my edges, and then I'm going to crease my folds. The next one is going to be a valley fold. You want to tuck this little piece in, flip this up, and then I'm going to again make sure that my edges are even and crease my folds. And the last fold is going to be a mountain fold, again on the score lines. Make sure it's lined up. Now if you put all this together, it will compact down. All your lines should be even, and this is where you want to make sure all your score lines are creased tightly so that your card stands. And this is what you should have. This is a step card with. Now it's time to decorate. So we're going to start with our mats and layers. I've already cut my pieces, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So the first piece is going to be your mat, and this is going to be 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. And this piece is going to sit right here in the center. Your layer piece is going to be 4.5 by 2.5, and this is going to sit right on top of this, and you're going to have just that 1/4 inch border all the way around once you glue it down. The next piece that we're going to do is we're going to do the bottom of the card, and this piece is going to be 4 3/4, and the layer is going to be, oh I'm sorry, the mat is going to be 3/4, and then the layer is going to be 4.5 by 1/2, and that's going to sit. And again, once you have these down, you'll have that 1/4 inch matte all the way around. So the next piece is going to be this section, and as you can see, my purples are all different because I'm trying to bring out the colors in the layers that I'm using. So this piece is going to be 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. This is going to be your mat, and then your layer is going to be 4 1/2 by 1 1/2. And this is just going to sit right in this section. Next, you're going to need 2 pieces, and these are going to be set right in this section right here. And they are going to be 3/4 by 1 1/4. So the next, you're going to need 2 pieces. These are going to be 2 1/4 by 3/4, and they're going to sit right in this section. And you'll again need 2 of those. So the next piece is going to be my centerpiece. Now this, I already had the inspiration from a pack of paper that I had. So you can use any size that you want. And I just made my mat to fit mine. So my mat is 3 5/8, it looks like. Yeah, 3 5/8 by 1 1/2. And again, you can use any size as long as it doesn't extend the 5 inches of your card. You can make it wider or whatever, but that's what I had. And I've got this cute little butterfly, and I've got this little sign that I'm going to put at the bottom. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to get all this glued down, and then I'll be back. I'm going to use a foam dot for this little saying on the very front, just to give it some height and some dimension. I'm going to put this at the corner, and I'm going to probably put it just at an angle, make sure it's not over the edge. There you go. And there you have it. This is my step card. I just love the way it turned out. You can decorate you how you want. Add flowers, animals, whatever you want. Make it yours. Now this will also fold flat, and the height is 5 inches, and the width is going to be 5 inches, so it will fit into a 5 by 5, 6 by 6 envelope. As long as you have a 1 inch border, you can probably make this card any length you want. You don't have to stick with a 5 inch length, but there you have it. It's complete. Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. Bye-bye.